Thank you so much for joining us for today's presentation. Today we'll be discussing some exciting new functionality between Updox for BestRx. Our presenter today is Sean Ramsey, VP of Pharmacy over here at Updox. My name is Megan Francis. I'm the Partner Marketing Manager. I'm just going to go over just a couple quick housekeeping notes. We are recording today's presentation, so be on the lookout after to receive the recorded presentation. But if you do have any questions, obviously the phone lines have been muted. Feel free to click into your GoToWebinar panel on the right to just type those in the questions panel, and we'll try to get all of those questions answered for you at the end of the presentation. Without further ado, I will go ahead and let Sean kick it off and get into the presentation for you guys.
Great, thanks Megan, appreciate it. Thanks everyone for taking the time out of their busy schedules today. Once again, Sean Ramsey with Updox. We've been servicing the independent physician and independent pharmacy space since 2010, and very excited about our partnership with BestRx. And I've been working closely with them to make sure that it meets all the needs of the BestRx customers. So real quick, as a matter of background on Updox, what we've obviously been focusing on in the pharmacy space is how to help you be able to be more proactive with your patients and your customers and to try to free up some of those mundane tasks that you're constantly doing within the pharmacy. So we want to help you operate more efficiently within your business and then start to look at your patients and how to treat them as customers and be able to help service them. And then ultimately want to be able to help generate new revenue. So looking at some of the clinical revenue streams that are obviously becoming pretty popular these days, as well as some of the other ancillary services that pharmacists have been able to offer. And then finally start to look at some new treatment opportunities. So those might be from the diabetes self-management education programs, smoking cessation programs, or just looking at other ways to expand the breadth of services that you offer to your patients, as obviously you're seeing them every month, at least at a minimum usually, and much more so than their physicians do. So you're a great place for them to be able to get enhanced care and help our pharmacists be able to practice at the top of their license. So when you look at Updox, kind of what are we real quickly? We call ourselves, as you can see here, an all-in-one collaboration hub. So we're focused on three core areas. The first one being engagement. So how do you engage with your patients when they're not actually in the pharmacy? So looking at different ways to do outreach to them, to drive home a message about a particular disease state or wellness program you might be working with, or be able to help them come online and do things self-service on their own time, which you would frequently be doing obviously today with every other aspect of your lives, whether it's travel or banking or insurance. The second area is around communication. So as you know, we're all stuck still in the faxing world today across all of healthcare, not just in the pharmacy space. So are there ways that we can actually make that a more efficient process within your pharmacy? And then finally, within the productivity side of things, you're obviously probably still dealing with a fair amount of paper today. So how can we help improve that process and be able to be more efficient as you move things throughout your pharmacy, ultimately to be able to get more things done within that, whether it's filling more scripts or carving out more time to do consults and value-added clinical services. So real quick, the partnership with Updox and BestRx, what we focused on here specifically is how do we improve that communication that you have with your prescribers and other folks, quite frankly, within your local community that are also providing healthcare services, whether that's a long-term care facility or a home health agency or a DME offering. And then obviously we want to help reduce your costs. Everyone's looking for more ways to be able to do this in the face of all the declining reimbursement and DIR fees that are out there. And then certainly, how do you improve patient loyalty? You guys already today provide a great value-added service, a much more personal touch than your customers would ever get at a large chain pharmacy. So how do we help continue to drive that message home that you are their go-to place for these healthcare services? And then finally, give you a very easy-to-use platform, as we talked about earlier, to help you begin to look at how do you migrate into this clinical services space and be able to efficiently be able to schedule patients to come into your pharmacy at a predetermined time, for example, to be able to provide these services. So real quick, just one of our satisfied customers. In the past 9 months, we brought over 500 different pharmacies on board the Updox solution. And so this is just one that's been able to really take advantage of the solution that we provide to her. And one area in particular that she's been really leveraging us for is she's been going out to her community, to the self-insured employers, and be able to set up wellness clinics and immunization clinics. And so she'll send out things ahead of time for the employees to fill out through the HR department to be able to have that data up front, so she's not spending so much administrative time in front of all these employees who are wanting just to get these services performed. So real quick, really jumping right into how are we working with BestRx. So we've been able to do a very good, tight integration with BestRx, and so we are fully embedded within your current workflows today. So one thing that you're able to do is access Updox directly from within BestRx. So you do not have to log into a third-party program. You're able to get to the Updox inbox directly from within the dashboard or the main menu bar within BestRx. So now that you're in, what exactly can you do? One thing is we're now able to fax directly out of BestRx through the Updox network. So any place today where you're normally used to faxing, you can now send out through us electronically from within BestRx. The next part is you now will be able to bring faxes directly into BestRx through an inbound fax queue. So both of these features obviously free you up to no longer have a dedicated fax line and a modem for your outbound faxing, and honestly never have to have an inbound fax machine taking up space on your countertop anymore either. So by doing fully electronic inbound and outbound faxing, you eliminate all those costs associated with fax lines from your phone company, the cost of toner, the cost of paper, the wear and tear on the machines, the time spent scanning things into BestRx, and then obviously if you're employing a shredding service, you'll save on that time as well. So it's really just a quick and easy efficiency play to deal with something that's still prevalent in healthcare. It's not going away. So let's make it as efficient and painless as possible, save you some money, and also make your staff happy to have to be doing less of these mundane administrative tasks around faxing. So when they do come in, you'll now see these within the inbound fax queue. So now you'll be able to see every single fax that came in, the number that it came from, and then be able to actually view that fax document right there on the screen so you know what it's all about. And obviously be able to even sync this and link it to different parts within BestRx as well. So once again, just really trying to improve that efficiency of dealing with these faxes that are always coming in and going out from your particular pharmacy. So the next thing I want to do is talk about some of our patient engagement solutions as well. So we're kind of offering two different packages to the BestRx customers. One is the communication package, really centered around that electronic faxing solution. And then the next one includes the faxing, but also adds these patient engagement solutions as well. So the first thing is an actual patient engagement portal. So this is a place for your customers to be able to go online, to be able to transact with your pharmacy and be able to do all these different types of tasks to help make your pharmacy more efficient. So this is just the home screen of the portal. It can easily be linked from your main website. And even on this home screen, before a patient would log in, you would be able to have them fill out forms, as well as even make payments as well without even being logged in. Once you are logged into the patient portal as an active patient, because we are syncing all of the data between BestRx and Updox, now they're able to go in and actually fill out forms. Once again, you can have certain forms that only are shown once a patient has authenticated as someone from your pharmacy. So they can fill out any forms. These forms, you can build any kind that you would like. So there are no restrictions on the number of forms, and you have full control to be able to build out any type of form that you would like. The next part is going to an appointment-based model. So this is where you're able to build out different appointment types. So you can have each individual person within the pharmacy be able to have their own appointment schedule. You'll be able to build out specific types of appointments. As you can see here, this is a medication review. And then you have full control over what parts of your schedule you're going to allocate to these services online that'll be eventually shown to your patients when they do log in here. As soon as a patient books one of these appointments, it will obviously go away. And we even have the ability to send them reminders through voice, phone, and text, and any combination thereof to make sure that they remember about the appointment and show up at the appropriate time. So this is another solution that pharmacies are starting to really embrace to be able to go down this appointment-based model. And then next is the online payments. So this allows you to collect a particular single payment for a service, or they can buy products and services, or you can even do membership fees. So if you do have some type of diabetes program or a weight loss program, and you want to charge for that on a monthly basis, you will be able to have them go here online and be able to conduct this transaction with you. And this would eventually flow into the exact same bank account that your point of sale would eventually go into as well. So once again, offering these online payment services. Overall, you have the control to decide which of these individual features you want to offer within your pharmacy. So many folks might just start out by only doing forms and payments, and then once they get more comfortable, they've joined their local state CPESN, and they've been credentialed with some of the payers in that state, then you can look to add the appointments later. So you don't have to do everything all at once. You certainly can pick and choose how you would want to roll out this offering to your patients. And then the final piece is HIPAA-compliant secure texting. There's many general texting solutions out there. BestRx offers a phenomenal one as well. So this is just specifically for sharing PHI, which obviously you wouldn't do in a normal texting solution. So we have launched this piece as well. And so this is one way to be able to, for example, at the beginning of a new year, people's insurance cards gets updated. They could easily go here, take a picture of their insurance card and send it to you ahead of time before they actually come into the pharmacy to be able to get their prescriptions filled. So once again, from that Updox inbox that you access through single sign-on within BestRx, you're able to go here and create your secure text message that you would send to the patient. You can add attachments to that as well. You can also build templates to make things go quicker. But once you would send that to the patient, they would then just put in their date of birth and their gender, and then this would allow us to match them up against what we have in the BestRx database to authenticate them. From there, they just simply create a code that they'll use for any future use, and they're ready to go. So once again, it comes from a regular text message. They click on the link, it goes over to this web-based application within their phone automatically so that you can share specifically PHI with your patients, clarify questions about specific medications they may be on, and make sure you're staying within the guidelines of HIPAA, which obviously we're all trying to do. And then you can see here, obviously, this is just sharing a more specific flu document with them as well. So really, that was everything that I wanted to present today.
Short and sweet.
Yep, exactly. I know everyone's time is very busy, and hopefully you folks don't have people lined up at the counter there too much. But once again, we're really excited about the partnership with BestRx and to roll this out and to really help you guys start to save money, become more efficient within your pharmacies, and then certainly start to look at ways to engage your patients online.